Fucking get pumped up and shit. Alright. Yo. Six pack of Modelo with the gold cap. Come together like a dope rap. Get slapped like a wine bag. Red, white, dad. We both blue. Smoke that with the soul juice. Thick cut, I'm a bold dude. Cut back on the coke. Jorgen Von Strangle, chomping at the bit. I'm on my housewife shit. Memorize my whole entire grocery list.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zack and Brock here, coming back with the Real Metal Podcast. We ended up posting up my mama's house just for shits and giggles. She don't even know we're here.
She'll know when it comes out.
Yeah, that's going to be fucking funny.
Thank you, Shirley, for letting us use your beautiful home.
Appreciate the
really
love.
Appreciate it, yeah.
Whether you like it or not. Dude, as soon as we got here, this guy walks all over the house with his muddy boots on and then says, I gotta go take a shit. I'm down here carpet scrubbing so it don't look like we're here.
When you come in, there's a rug. Okay, now when you walk into my house onto the rug, that's where you wipe your feet off. So I walk in and I'm standing on that. I haven't made a mess yet. And I was taking my boots off and Zach said, nah, don't worry about it. And I said, are you sure? And
They're muddy. And I wiped the damn
I wiped my boot on what I thought was the clean your shoes rug to show him that they were dirty. And he was like, what the fuck, man? And I was like, wasn't this what it's for? And he's like, not that bad.
Yeah, that was rude.
So then, yeah, I had to poop and Zach scrubbed the rug. Well, he's a beautiful guy for it.
Yeah, I feel like it.
But anyways, yeah, guys, welcome back. Thank you for all the views and shit last time. There'll be another video coming out kind of like the same time as this one, but it's very short. And that was basically just the announcement of what we're doing now with the different settings and going different places and recording and shit. But Goon tried to record, never hit the record button. I tried to record. For some reason, my phone stopped after like 14 minutes. So we only have really the big thank you in there and then the announcement that we're going to be moving around to different spots to give you guys a perspective on where we're from and shit. So we had to reshoot today last minute since that didn't work. Goon and Anthony both had some family matters to handle. So, yeah.
Nothing bad. They're both good. They're just chilling with the family tonight, taking it easy.
Yeah, Anthony works long days and shit, so his days off are his days off. But, yeah, so they were okay with us shooting with the two of us, and we were okay with shooting with just the two of us, so this is what you're getting today. Just the two of us.
Thank God we decided to come here. We almost took you guys to a spot up on the hill. I'm sure all of yous have your old nickname for party spots and stuff, but we'd go up to the cuts and just, I don't know, 17 different cabins we'd made up there.
Yeah.
And I was up there already, and I took him up tonight, and it's just gone. There's nothing.
Yeah, everything. So it was basically like a really old strip mine, this whole place, but we had all kinds of hill climbs and shit back there for riding dirt bikes and stuff. And it's just all filled in. All the trees are cut down. It was really depressing to see, honestly, man.
Yeah,
I walked up in there with him, and I didn't even, because we used to ride up there, and it felt like, so there was two places. The place we were going to take you guys today was, we called it the racetrack, which was like you'd consider it like outside city limits of the cuts, really. And it was up behind our cemetery that's in Hawthorne. And we used to party up there and shit, so we were going to take you guys up to there, but like he said, it's just terrible now. Everything's cut down and stuff. But anyway, it used to feel like whenever we would ride even dirt bikes and shit, it felt like almost riding a mile to the cuts to get there and stuff. And then now with everything knocked down, I mean, you look across there and it looks like it's, fucking 150 yards to the cuts. And it's like, wow, it seems so much further than that before.
Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah, it was sad to look at, man.
It's weird.
Fucking terrible.
How time changes. And if you just get stuck in that moment, you never notice it until you come out of it. Like once you start venturing, like I moved away from my hometown. I don't know, 12 miles away, if that. But it's not too far, but to come back here, even after a week and see new vehicles, new things outside, it's weird. It's weird to see where you grew up not being where you grew up.
Dude.
It's insane.
It's sad, man. I still get sad thinking about it just because now, like, whenever I get Remy a dirt bike or a four-wheeler, I won't be able to take her to the cuts.
Yeah.
I'll never get to see her climb the pit for the first time. It's shitty, man.
And that's crazy. That goes back to that rock thing. Like setting a rock down. How you were saying about if you throw a rock.
Yeah, so I was talking to Zack about this the other day. He was boring about it. He didn't think it was a big deal. I thought it was cool shit.
I didn't think it.
But I saw it was just a little clip on TikTok of this dude fucking, like, there's those videos where people just say, like, crazy shit. Well, he was just explaining to somebody that, like, if you take a fucking rock, I mean, even into a river, but he said, like, if you took a rock out to the middle of the ocean and just threw it off the boat, you would be the last human to touch that rock until, like, the end of the fucking earth. It's just nuts to think about.
See, dude. I didn't think that was crazy. I thought that there was one time I came across a video of a guy saying, like sitting your child picking them up and putting them down for the last time ever.
And not realizing it?
Yeah. Or the last time you played with all your friends.
I used to see that one all the time, yeah. One day you'll go out and play with your friends for the last time and you won't even realize it.
That's crazy, dude.
Like, I couldn't remember if I went to the last time that we were on Hawthorne and did something together.
See, we all stayed pretty close. When we split, we met every Friday at a party. Or we bullshit throughout the week.
Well, me and Zack were a different type of friend, too, though, because me and you, dude, we could go... There was times where we went a year without talking, maybe more, and then just like, picked up where we left off. There was no, like, hey, where the fuck you been, dude? Yeah. Like, I feel some way about this. Just both caught up doing our own shit.
I'm like, fuck you again, dude? Like, I thought I got rid of you. Maybe a whole year without you.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing I always liked is, like, I could just go with that. Because every once in a while, man, you get in them fucking times where you just do your own shit.
Yeah, you just end up veering off. Like, you just take different paths. It's crazy how it ends up playing out.
Well, a lot of friends, like, they'll get in relationships and they're not allowed. Like, their girlfriends won't let them come out and party.
There's always that one guy.
That wasn't really the case with you, but just, like, you got into a relationship and then I went and I was still, like, partying every weekend.
Well, you were bouncing around and traveling. And,
I didn't see him for... I don't even know how long.
It was like 3 months, dude.
Oh, it was longer than that. I'm talking about whenever I got dropped off at your house. I hadn't seen him in like close to a year probably. And I ended up drunk one night and got dropped off at his house. He lived like right across the yard here, and I like puked in his front yard and then just walked home. And I still didn't see him after that for like probably a month or two. And then I like came and told you like, "Hey man, yeah, stop by."
We were sitting on the porch. Like, I told you about it. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, man?
When I puked?
No, that was a different time. I don't think that was you. Yeah, buddies and thrown up in my yard. A buddy of ours. It was the craziest thing.
Well, I got dropped off there. I couldn't puke in the car. That was the first option. You have a beautiful yard.
Yeah, I bet her car was pretty. You could have just made it prettier. Like, I don't...
Nah. Then you got to deal with the repercussions. Or you got to talk to them again, which I didn't have interest in, so... I wasn't trying to leave anything on the table, you know?
Mm-hmm. Literally. Just got rid of all of it.
Yeah, I threw everything out.
This.
Dude, that night, we were walking out of Frank's. It was the bar we were at, and I was like probably 25 yards from Rev's truck, but for some reason I had his keys in my hand. And he was like walking to his truck, and he was like, "Throw me my keys." And I was like, looked down, and they were in my hand. I was like, "What the fuck?" Dude, and I looked at his truck and just threw them.
At the truck?
Toward the truck. Dude, I swear to God, it was like 25, 30 yards, dude, and they went right through the open window and landed on his driver's seat. And I didn't even realize how cool it was until I woke up the next day sober and remembered it, and I was like, dude, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. One of them times you should have had a phone recording.
Yeah. Shit like that happens to me all the time, dude. I'll do something fucking crazy and when no one else is looking, and then I'm like, well, that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much sums up our fucking childhood for how we grew up, dude. Never having a phone or something ready.
Oh, no. It was just literally, what's he doing? He's going to ride pedal bike. Okay, let's just follow him.
Yeah.
Like, no one was ever standing around. And if they were standing around, they got there from riding on the handlebars.
You know what would have changed that, though? If we would have had them when we were kids? Fucking GoPros. Because then we could have just put them on the front of our bikes. They weren't even out then, dude.
What the hell?
That's what I mean. Like, they could have changed it if they were back then.
That make you feel old?
We could have had them. A little bit. It does.
Yeah.
But that would have been fucking sick, dude, because then we wouldn't have had to worry about the phones. We'd just fucking slap them on our fucking handlebars and press record and ride. They record for hours. You just cut out the shit you want. I could have got your brother fucking pulling his handlebars out of his bike.
He set me up one night for that. He went fishing. No, I don't know where he went. Either way, we were all outside partying, and I seen his bike, and I grabbed it. I was going to jump it. I was like, yeah, I'm good at riding pedal bike. This should be fun. Yeah, well, I hit that sumbitch. The forks fell out. The handlebars go in the air, and I shit whipped myself into the ground, knocked me out. Like mud in my face and stuff because it's so
I've never
swampy.
been knocked out cold in my life yet. Not from anything.
Okay.
I get curious constantly what it feels like because
Like
I hear
taking
people
a
tell
nap.
stories about getting knocked out. But
Quick nap, bro. In and out.
well, you might think it's quick.
Well, it felt quick. I was up pissed about it. Here to come find out. He told me not to ride his pedal bike, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Some bitch loosened everything on the bike. Literally everything. He loosened all the bolts. He's like, I told you not to ride my bike. I'm like, that's not justifiable. That is like, don't drive my car, and you take the brakes out of it. Like, what the hell?
Take all the fucking lug nuts out. Have you seen a lot of people get knocked out cold? Like straight up fucking starch? They're just snoring on the floor?
I've never seen... Well, I've seen people snoring, but I don't think they were fully out. I think a lot of it was played out.
I've only ever seen maybe 2 people get like completely fucking stiffen up and just fall back and shit.
See, I never had that. Like, I was blindsided one time. I spit, and I turned, and then he blasted me. But it rang my bell, but I caught myself before I hit the floor.
Pussy.
I knew it was coming. We all can't be
I haven't had
tough
it yet,
and
man.
not knock
Yeah, I
anyone
think
out.
the closest I came was whenever we were partying up in the cuts and Jay was all fucked up. You know how whenever he used to get drunk, he used to fuck with everybody.
Yeah,
nonstop.
dude.
This dude, he was a brute. He was, but he was just a dick when he
He was
got
like
drunk.
owning a really big
Yeah.
bulldog.
Yeah.
They're just constantly everywhere fucking shit
rowdy
up.
bastard. Yeah, but the one night, dude, I was pissed drunk, and he like took me, he like tackled me or something. I can't even remember. And I was like, man, come on, I'm too drunk for this shit. And I was trying to tell him to get off of me and shit, and he's just laughing the whole time like he does.
Yeah.
Well, I got fucking mad finally, dude. So I like rolled over and like pulled my head out of his fucking arm, and I was like, dude, for real, fucking quit. He didn't like that. He fucking reached up, and I don't think it was as hard as he could or nothing, but he reached up and like hit me in the chin real quick, and I was like, I saw like a flash for a second, and then I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's just a real quick flash.
I looked
It's
down
like,
at him and was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? And he just started fucking, what? And I was like, I ain't fighting you, but come on now. And I stood up, and then he was fucking just as drunk as I was, dude. He ended up like apologizing to me and shit. I'm pretty sure we cried together.
Oh, them nights.
Well, he cried. I didn't cry, but
Remember the Mad Dog parties? How much... I think there was more tears shed than fucking alcohol drank.
that goes back to, hold on, just because you guys didn't get to hear it last time because the fucking video cut off. At the skating rink in the prior video, we used to go there every Friday night from like 7 to 10 or some shit. And we would go around, a group of us, and we would ask everybody for $1. And then we'd fucking come home with like $40, $50 all together. And then we would just all go to the liquor store. Well, have somebody go to the liquor store because we were like fucking 12. Have somebody go to the liquor store for us and buy us like fucking 10 bottles of Mad Dog because they were only like $4 something a piece.
It was so cool, dude. Mad Dog parties.
Yeah.
Girls loved it.
We used to get fucked
The
up.
guys looked like champs chugging bottles of wine.
Yeah.
What was it? Like...
That is
I
not.
don't-
I mean, I call it wine when people are like, what's your favorite wine? I'm like, Mad Dog. And they always get mad at me. But it's really just like potent Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You know what I
it
never
can
realized
mess some
until I
shit
was
up.
older, though? Is that it tastes way fucking better chilled.
Chilled,
than it
yeah.
does
Well,
room
we didn't
temperature.
care.
No, we didn't at
We
the
thought
time.
we were
But
cool.
now
We
that
had
I'm
a
an adult,
cooler full of Mad Dog.
now that I'm an adult, I buy my ice with that shit every time.
Yeah.
I make my own rules.
I'm
I
gonna-
realized it because me and Taylor went to the strip club together, and that's what we did. We took like 3 bottles of Mad Dog.
Oh, dude,
and
I
put
never
them in
thought
a
of that.
fucking
It'd be
ice
so
bucket.
easy
Yeah,
to
'cause it's
travel with.
BYOB. We just put them in the ice bucket there, and fucking like, whenever I started drinking, I was like, man, I forgot how fucking shitty Mad Dog tastes. And then, after it was on ice for a while, I picked up the blue and took a drink of it, and it went from tasting like shitty ass dried out strawberries to like cotton candy, and I was like, wow, this is way fucking better.
What's another one really good chilled? Fucking make it. I think all liquors like that. Rumplements, dude. That stuff
Rumplements
is
is way
so
better.
hard to drink warm. It kills you.
Dude, Rumplements was always fucking like a showstopper for people, but I loved it. I still love it.
Yeah, I like it.
Dude, I remember we were at I'm sure we'll end up here sometime with you guys, but we were up at fucking down by Lee 6. There was a little pavilion there we used to party at. And this dude I went to school with, Truett, was sitting on the bench. And he kept saying, like, oh, man, I can't take another shot of Rumplements. I can't take another shot. Get it away from me. And I was like, all right. Well, he was sitting on, like, the bottom part of the bench where you sit. And then there was a girl sitting above him on the table part. And she was, like, braiding his hair because his hair was real long. She was going to, like, cornrows. And he was fucking like this. Well, he was, like, about passed out. His eyes closed, but his mouth was hanging wide open, dude. And I took the fucking bottle and just...
Oh, man.
Fucking dumped as much as I could in. He like lifted his head up and looked at me and said, fuck you, and then just immediately puked everywhere. That was the
that's
last
called drowning.
time. As far as I know, it was the last time he's ever drank Rumplements. He can't drink it now.
I don't know. I've said that about alcohol. Woke up and been like, oh, my head hurts. I'm done drinking. And within 4 hours, I'm showered. You remember when we used to get so drunk and we thought the crick was our safe haven? We would literally get up at 6 a.m. and go jump in that cold ass water to sober up for Saturday night.
Worked for me.
I loved it. I think it was just a cold bath.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I never really had a problem with hangovers. Like, I would get headaches when I woke up, but like I was always fucking still hyper and ready to go. Like, even now,
you got to drink more to get a crazy hangover. What
Dude,
you looking at me for? I'm just telling you facts.
When me
bro.
and Goon were at the beach and we beer bonged those 3 beers together, and then we beer bonged a Four Loko, and then did a full funnel of Fireball. That's probably the drunkest I've ever been, and I still didn't puke. And whenever I woke up, I still went to the fucking breakfast. Like, they had a restaurant right beside our hotel. Every morning, I'd wake up at like 8 in the morning after we drank all night and shit, and go down and get fucking vodka and orange juice and breakfast. And I shit, you know what, dude? After all that, and after I woke up with some fucking chicken bones in my ass crack and shit, butt naked, I still woke up at like 8:30 and went down to the fucking restaurant and got a vodka and orange juice and breakfast. I didn't feel hungover, man.
Have another drink in the morning, and then go throughout the day as if you're working out of your hangover.
Dog, baby.
Dude, I hate hangovers. I turn into a grumpy ass man. I just want to sleep and not be talked to.
One of the times I did have a hangover, Chicken told me that it's just better if you keep drinking. I'm like, all right. And he's like, I got the perfect thing for you.
That's what
I don't know how you feel about it, but I fucking hate Bloody Marys.
I don't
mind
them.
They are fucking disgusting.
I can't and that's have what he brought 2. Me. I can have 1.
Oh, and he fucking spices them up, dude. He makes them spicy. And I remember he handed it to me, and I took like a small sip and just dumped it out. I was like, that's fucking disgusting, man.
Did you feel better?
Don't ever bring me one of those again. No, I felt terrible. I had to drink a beer.
I don't think you tried.
What was the beer of the time back then? Old Natty Light.
Natty Light.
That was a big one.
That or...
Well, we moved on. I remember moving on to Natty Ice because it was 5.9% alcohol instead of the fucking like 4.8 or 4.7 that we were drinking.
Because we were cool and cared about that shit.
Now I just drink whatever tastes best, man. I love like, Dos Equis and Corona.
That's you got me on them.
Dos Equis?
Yeah, Dos Equis.
Mexican beer is fucking good, dude.
It is good.
What did I just have the other day, too? Oh, Modelo.
Never heard of it.
Fucking good, too. It's expensive, but it's fucking good. Not super expensive, but like...
Yeah.
It's not like before when you can buy a 30-pack of it for fucking $18. It's like $25 for a 12-pack.
You remember how crazy a deal was? 18-pounders for $11? That's dangerous.
Yep.
That's why there's drunk driving and... people beating up their spouses and shit. You're giving beer away for free.
Yeah. How about it's like super expensive to get just enough to have a good time? That might help.
What would be the finish line for it? I don't know. You could get a card. We better quit talking before the government hears, and they'll be like, "Yep, these boys are on to it."
You'd be like that dude from Be like that dude from Trailer Park Boys that walks around with the breathalyzer. And every time, I forget what, there's one number that he blows into it, and he's like, oh, yeah, you see that? Right in the fucking slot. Because he's like, not too drunk, not too sober, just right in the fucking slot.
Mr. Leahy.
Yeah, and every time he gets down, I think it's like 1.7, he says, but every time he gets below 1.7, he takes a shot and fucking takes it right back up to 1.7.
Imagine living your life like that.
If you got it down to a science like that,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
If you got it down to a science like that?
A science to bounce around inside of a limiter for a freaking breathalyzer.
How many
Sounds
alcoholics
dangerous.
do you know that fucking go around at the perfect drunk? So they're not assholes to people and also not sober.
Who are they
None
to
of them
determine
motherfuckers.
if they're the nice person?
At least he fucking knows where he's at. He knows his limits.
You know, he
Alcoholics
actually
don't know their
never
limits, man.
really drank. All of them were fake. He don't drink
well,
alcohol.
yeah. Oh, you mean even in real life, you don't drink at all?
Yeah, like all that was him just literally pretending. He fucking nailed it, Oscar.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
If you've never been drunk and you act that good drunk, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't.
Gotta
I
get
didn't
it.
say he's never been drunk. I can't.
But he doesn't drink now. Yeah,
No.
I see what you mean.
Actually, he's building some wall. Well, this was a while back. I researched him. I
He
was
moved
curious.
to China?
No, they gave up
Adding
on
on
that one. No, he at his house he bought a piece of land. And he's off the shore, and he's just literally building this wall. It was weird.
I was
he
really
gets
sad to
concrete
see-
together and puts it on, like, that's what he chose to do.
I was really sad to see that, like, Bubbles ended up catching, like, a domestic violence and shit for, like, choking his wife. And I was like, what? Not Bubbles. No way.
Do you think it would actually get hard playing that persona? Like, people actually dicking with you all day long, even though you're casting a scene?
I don't think it'd
like,
make me choke my wife.
Nah, but
it'd probably be
I didn't
tough,
say
yeah.
that. I'm saying that you would almost.
I didn't know if you were, like,
this-
giving him the benefit of the doubt that, like, maybe he was just stressed.
No, I was wondering if maybe he's mental from being picked on in this persona, and then he can't get out of it because he looks exactly like Bubbles.
Yeah. It was weird. I saw him in a couple interviews, not as Bubbles, and it was fucking goofy. I didn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, they were doing this one tour. It's dumb.
Not relevant.
No.
I remember some of the
Publicity
TV
for Trailer
shows we
Park Boys.
watched, though, and we were like, dude, why didn't we get a fucking TV show?
I wish we did. Here we have to do it ourselves.
Yeah. Like Buck Wild, man. I remember every time we watched that shit, dude, we were like, we could fucking do this.
Yeah.
I still think about it, especially now. So whenever we went to the beach, me and Goon, we were at the Sandcastle Hotel, and he doesn't work there anymore, but he was working at the tiki bar outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know who he was at first. Goon was like, dude, I swear I fucking know him from something. Because I was fucking drunk the whole time, so I didn't realize it. And then he showed me the picture of him from Buck Wild, and I was like, holy shit, that is him. Tyler Boulay was his name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was him. But he was fucking working at the tiki bar, and he was just... Me and Goon were getting these Southern Comfort drinks, and he was like... We were like, can we get these in buckets? And he's like... No, it's a shot. You can't have it as a bucket. And I was like, well, can we just fucking pay for enough shots to fill up a bucket? So he just charged us for one shot, and then we, like, tipped him to fucking put him in a bucket. And then he filled up buckets. So we were sitting there, and we drank, like, fucking 3 of these buckets. And he was like, maybe you guys should fucking try to do it. And I was like, oh, we've talked about it.
Yeah.
We just don't have the fucking money to get it started. Nobody's going to look at me and Goon and invest.
No, probably not.
I mean,
And
maybe
now,
if we
now
maybe
is
if we
your
came,
opportunity over? Are
I think
you
if
that
we-
wild now?
oh, I could still be that. Well, I could easily still get that drunk. I just don't want to anymore.
Yeah, getting drunk's not the problem.
No, getting drunk's the easy part.
It's the woman at home.
That's still the easy part. It's me that feels guilty a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like,
I
because
completely
anytime I
agree.
leave my house,
But do you think your woman's going to let you go run around getting drunk, being dumb for a
well, I mean,
movie?
if it was a TV show, she'd be in it because it's a reality TV show, so it would watch my home life.
So
too.
they're going to see you attack her. God, that's not going to be good.
No, I'll tell them I got something going on. Sneak it in there.
I got something going on.
Hey, you guys can't walk in here right now. She's naked.
Ooh.
Give it to her.
You punch her a couple times, make it seem like you don't last long.
I'll put butter
but
on
you're
my hands.
thumping.
Put butter on my hands so it doesn't leave a bruise.
What?
That's what they used to say to do. They used to say to, like, butter somebody up and then hit them if you didn't want to leave a mark. Because it just slips off. It was a thing, man. I doubt it was a real thing.
It probably
but I heard
was
it.
a thing.
I heard it as a kid.
From who? Another kid?
I don't know, dude. It was my dad always did it to me. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
your dad's a dick.
He's like, look, if you ever need to beat your kids like I'm beating you, you just
Right here,
put
bud. This is the
butter on
best
it."
butter. I've gone through 30
Wouldn't that be
packs
fucking
of
nuts?
different kind of butter.
No, I think the worst thing my dad ever did to me was the fucking old McDonald's lie that he told me until I was like 14.
That's
and I'll
funny.
tell that again right now because I didn't get to.
There you go. Do
So,
it.
Fuck. Yeah, Dad. Fucking listen up, bud.
Yeah. Your son
So,
here.
I
Shut up.
turned I don't know. I was like 14 or 15. I finally went to Clarion to get McDonald's with like a group of friends. And I got out there and I walked into fucking McDonald's and I was making my order and I said, "Can I have regular ketchup?" And they were just looking at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, "Just regular ketchup. I don't want the fucking shit in it." Well, my dad, when I was a kid, I ordered the cheeseburgers all the time and I fucking hated the onions that were on them. So I would ask my dad to order the cheeseburgers without the onions. And he decided it would be a good idea to tell me that the onions are in the ketchup. They're not separate. They're in the ketchup.
That's rude.
So my stupid fucking ass went there asking for regular ketchup, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, we sell it in the back.
I
by
said,
the
"I don't want the ketchup
fluid.
with the onions in it," and they were like, "We don't have ketchup with onions in it. It's just regular ketchup." And that's when I realized, like, this motherfucker.
I don't think it's your dad's fault. I believe the fact that you have let yourself believe that all them years. That where'd you go? McDonald's was the only place that did that.
You didn't never knew anywhere else. I thought maybe they
you didn't have bottles of ketchup growing up.
I thought maybe they had their trademark. I'm not gonna bring my own fucking ketchup.
That's not what I'm saying. All ketchup. What?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I thought maybe they just had different ketchup than everybody else to put their own little fucking.
I got it.
Bling on it.
14 years old, don't know what ketchup is. Hey,
I knew what ketchup was. I didn't know what McDonald's ketchup was.
Them motherfucking shady son of a bitches putting stuff in there. They know better.
You mean to tell me if you took your kid to McDonald's and he was like, "Dad, I want just ketchup on there."
Yeah, my kids, they're picky, and I blame it on their mother, dude. I'll eat anything. You know that. You know what I mean? But I ain't scared to eat.
I'm a picky eater.
They get plain burgers to be.
Well, that's why, like, with my daughter, we do the baby-led weaning, so she eats whatever we eat. That way she's not a picky eater. Like, we feed her shit that we don't
You think
eat.
that? Dude, I did that with all my kids, stuffing them full of food.
Yeah, but we feed her, like, avocado toast and fucking tomatoes and shit, like, full-blown.
She's going to have this craving for this crazy-ass shit. And she's going to be like,
well, I'll buy it for her if that's what she wants to eat. I just don't want her to be a picky eater like me, dude. I'm picky as fuck. I only, like, even every time we go out to eat, I don't ever get, like, nothing fancy. I get like a steak or a fucking burger, which is pretty much the same anywhere you go. I find comfort in that.
I think that's just because you don't want to try new stuff. I wouldn't say that that's being picky.
Oh, I want to try new things, just not with food.
Use your imagination.
I'm reaching under the table right now, showing them what I'm talking about. Oh. Man, we're still bad at staying on topic, aren't we?
No, everything's fed.
If you guys are not happy with how much we jump around, you can let us know. Well, I'm not making any promises that
there's
get
none
better.
made.
We got ADHD off the fucking walls and shit, so we say one thing, think about another, and it fucking pops in. And yeah, you just find yourself on a fucking random tangent for like 20 minutes talking about 16 different things. But one topic I wanted to talk about. Oh, now I can't remember. Wow, it's really sad.
Perfect example.
It was a good one, too.
Obviously not.
It was. I think we could have talked a while about it.
Okay.
I don't know. But anyway, just getting onto a different subject or onto a different track. What do you think of the, just like in general, the world today?
In one word or a sentence or
just whatever you think about it. You can elaborate.
Fucked.
Yeah. That's what I feel like.
With a K. It's messed up, dude. You get nervous going to a gas station because you're like, where?
People are fucking crazy.
Hell? Why
now,
are you
dude.
hanging out in the gas station? Like, it's not even.
We used to hang out in gas stations.
We're children.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Hanging out at the old Unimart.
But they sit in there just. And you know who they are. You know what kind of people they are. You can literally see it in them.
I
They
just think everything's
sit there
just
all
so,
day, dude.
It's just
weird.
Nuts. It's just like genuinely fucking crazy. It's scary, dude. I got worried about bringing kids into this world, dude. But I take comfort in knowing I still live in a place that isn't fucked.
I'd say you don't let the system fuck you. So
no,
you
I
know
mean
what's
like
right
not
from wrong from doing all this.
like if you had to.
Shit.
What would you do if you had to live in a state where you're not allowed to fucking carry a gun?
Well, I wouldn't carry it. I'd
Yeah,
come
but,
adjusted
like,
to it.
How would you adjust?
What? Not carrying a gun.
Yeah, but then what are you gonna do to protect yourself?
Kick that piss out of somebody. What if they have a gun? Well, they're
Yeah.
not allowed either. So if they have one, they're being
Yeah,
bad.
but they do. That's
They're troublemakers. Maybe I
That's
have
what I
one.
see,
Maybe I have
like,
two.
I understand the argument that an entire population shouldn't be armed with guns. I get how some people could think that's dangerous and shit. The problem, I think, is that you can't allow guns and then say you're going to take all of them away, because there's guns that aren't registered and shit, and guns that people have already that they're not supposed to. So you can't take those guns away because they don't even know they're out there. The only way that you would be able to keep an entire nation from having guns is if you never allowed civilians to have them in the first place.
Yeah, you're never getting the guns
since the
back.
beginning of this country, like the start of the fucking United States, if there were never any citizens with guns, I'd be fine with that. I would probably never want to own a gun because I wouldn't see anybody else owning a gun.
Yeah, if
But you
places
can't bring them in and then fucking say we're going to take them all back, because you're not going to get all of them. And the people that do comply are the people that you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, the ones that give you the guns are the ones that were going to protect their neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, the people willing to give it
And
up.
I'm sorry, but even in a
there's no
small
fight.
town like this, dude, it's fucking 3 miles from here to the police station. And if I called those cops right now, it would take them at least 35 minutes to get here.
Oh, it'd take longer than that.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've called them. I think he said he was in
you have those
Reimersburg,
sandals
but it
on?
took like 45 minutes to get here.
Did you have your I'm the neighbor that calls the cops sandals on?
No.
You ever seen those sandals? You know what sandals I'm talking about.
I-
The old double Velcro sandals.
I figured they knew where I was. Just give them a little checkup.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Things are just nuts. Like, the whole fucking world is just upside down right now, man. And there's so many people that want to fucking argue about everything.
Yeah, literally. Instead of staying in like their circle, why is everyone branched out? There always used to be.
Well, I
even
think
when
the
you
problem
were kids,
would be like, I don't even know. So like with people wanting to like with the trans people and shit wanting to use bathrooms that they accustom themselves to. So it's like, well, yeah, you can't say like everybody do their own shit and then that's how it actually works, because if everybody does their own shit but you completely ignore those people, then you would have no restrooms that make them happy and all the restrooms would make us happy. But that's when, I don't know, man, I just fucking think about it, like, just make your own shit then. Make your own shit. Fucking, if you want public restrooms that suit you or whatever, then fucking build one and make it like that. Make the fucking rules to your own restroom that anybody can go into either one. The only problem I have with it, I don't give a fuck about adults, dude. I care about, like, children. Because, like, if you're I'm a 25-year-old guy. If some fucking girl, well, guy, I guess, came into the restroom I was in with a vagina, I wouldn't get uncomfortable about it because I wouldn't fucking care. But, like, when you have kids that are trying to figure themselves out and then they're, like, mixing them in and shit, and you're like, well, this is the girl's bathroom. Why is he in here? And that's the problem you run into. I think it's just kids. Because I give a fuck less about
then
adults.
if you don't say anything, they will grow accustomed to it.
What do you mean?
They will be used to it. They will grow up in that time. That'll be something they know.
About, like, gender-neutral bathrooms, you mean?
Yeah, they understand that because they're brought up in that. That's the same. If
Yeah,
no
so
one
it
taught us
could-
about
the
race,
only
we
thing-
wouldn't know.
The only thing that
Just
I guess
different
would worry
people.
about is, like, the minority of problems that you'd have with it.
Yeah, you gotta
Like
watch.
those cases where they're fucking... There's been cases already where young kids, like boys, will go into the girls' restroom just because they can.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's fucked up. But, like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's flaws with anything. That's just...
Yeah, it's
to
hard
me, like, I
to
wouldn't be
suit
comfortable...
everyone, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own different beliefs, and it's hard to adjust to everyone instead of staying in your own lane.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gay, be gay. If you're straight, you're straight. Don't try to classify each other and have one
I understand some of it because
Be
things
happy.
have been...
Yeah, things
like
have not
everything's
been right
been
along
built
the way, but
everything's
that's
been
why-
built around straight people, and especially in like the US because it was founded on Christianity, so everything's been built that way. So I get why they're frustrated. I don't
completely
have no
agree.
sympathy. I just get worried for, like, because I've never had those problems. I don't personally know anybody I know one person from our high school, one kid that ended up identifying as a female afterwards. But nobody had a problem with that. Nobody ever like made fun of him or anything. Like nobody, because it wasn't like a big fuss back then. So like even whenever he was going through all that shit, and I promise you, we are not in a fucking progressive town at all. And even then, like nobody ever nobody ever took issue with it because he didn't fucking stand and like say he fucking everybody needed to believe what he believed and shit. He just did his own shit, talked to people about it, and we were like, all right, cool.
Thank you.
Like I'm very curious to know how the whole transition goes, but like I wouldn't ever.
Yeah, see, I'm not. I don't really think about it because it sounds selfish, but that's not really selfish. But
everything's
that's
already
not my life. That's things they need to take care of for themselves. So I don't put my 2 cents in to something I'm not sure of.
I think if anything, there should be, if you're gonna do that, I think there should be a boys' restroom, a girls' restroom, and then a neutral restroom. That's what they're not doing though. They're trying to make it to where they just go into the ones that are already like preset for what's in there and what's not. I think they should fucking have men, women, neutral. Because then the people that believe what they believe will go into that one and they'll be the only ones in there. And then I believe I'm only a male, so only males will be in there. So then everybody's comfortable. Which would kind of suck to have to try to restructure every fucking building by putting an extra bathroom in there. Don't get me wrong, but
a lot of places already have.
Oh, yeah.
Striving to make the change presentable, but
I think you just need I wouldn't say you need separation because society should all be able to blend together, but like when it comes to privacy, you should be able to fucking be like exclusive to what you believe.
Yeah.
Like restrooms. I'd be if I walked into fucking Walmart and there was a restroom for men, women, and then neutral, I myself wouldn't go into the neutral because I don't have a reason to.
Yeah.
I believe I'm a man, so I'd go into the men's.
That's where I'd go. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's where it should be drawn at a bathroom door on what you are or aren't. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to go into society with you and determine other people's beliefs or change theirs. Being okay with something is just being crazy. Okay with it. You don't have to dwell on it.
I think the big one is the whole like the biological men and shit going into women's sports and competing. Like there's that one power lifter that was born a man and was a man until they were like 20 some years old, and then they transitioned or whatever, and now they're doing powerlifting in a women's sport, like the women's side of it. So they're smashing all the fucking records with no effort. And like men and women are just built different.
Oh yeah,
physically built different.
Everyone understands that. That's something that's been going on for years.
But then how fucked up is it? Like especially with with that guy not that girl not transitioning until they were in their 20s. Obviously, they knew what they wanted, and I highly doubt they just transitioned to play in a different fucking league of sports. So like it's kind of fucked up to tell them now that you have to be in a man's sport still if they don't feel that they are a man. But then it's not fair to like biological women because they're just naturally built not to be as strong. So like I don't know that there's a way to ever satisfy everybody.
There's not. That's why there's so much confusion and destruction.
The one dude, he does a bunch of videos about like space and shit. He's a scientist, and he said that the only thing he could ever see happening if they were just to fucking combine sports and like at a fucking whole is you just measure hormone levels in every individual person and put them in classes based off their hormone levels. So if they're closer to a man, they'll play with other men. If they're closer to a woman, they'll play with women. If they're in the middle, then there'll be a middle. But even then, like that's still going to be super fucked up.
Yeah, because you're going to have a basketball team on with a male that's transitioning and is 6'2".
Like imagine if LeBron James today decided that he wanted to be a woman and then played in the WNBA. I watched Dave Chappelle made a joke about it, and he's like, or does he go to the WNBA where he will score 840 points a game?
Yeah. Like, it's I don't know.
But I feel like sometimes it would take something extreme to show everybody how extreme it gets. Or how extreme it'll become if you keep letting shit like that happen.
It's already extreme. When is enough?
See, that's where it comes down to like we sound just as selfish as them when we talk about it because we want things to like accommodate to us. just like they do.
Give me a place to piss. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I don't want to pee outside because I'll get a fine. Like, that's already made up. Like,
don't find me.
Send us all outside to piss from now on. Yeah,
that'd be messy. You'd have another fucking plague.
We'll work around it. We've came a long way to bathrooms.
Man. It's just fucking crazy to me. Like, dude, when we were in high school and shit, nobody ever talked about politics. Never once. Not once in my fucking life until Trump got elected. I think he got elected the year I turned 18.
I believe that drew a lot of people's eyes. Like, that
but that's when all of a sudden it started getting... Well, it was a little bit before that. I think it was like toward the end of Obama's term. That
it was almost like a build-up to a UFC fight, dude.
Really segregated. I just mean in general, like, the whole shit, like, it just fucking changed everything. Like, now, I have friends, like, me and Kellen are still friends and shit, and we believe... like polar opposites, dude. Mm-hmm. And we argue on Facebook and shit and like talk about shit.
Yeah. I don't.
But there's times where I'll just fucking like he'll post something, and instead of arguing with him in front of everybody on Facebook, I'll just call him,
like,
and we'll just sit and talk about shit. And then by the end of the phone call, I'm like, yeah, man, we should fucking
grab a beer.
Like, yeah, go grab a beer together sometime and sit down and talk about this shit because that should be okay.
But it's not. It is anymore. Okay. It's who you talk to. Not everyone's compliant. Everybody likes to have their own opinion.
Tightening this and which way is loosen. That's loud.
That's my wife comes home sometimes and she'll be talking about the outside world. She'll get online and see like police reports and stuff, and she gets a little offended. But I stress myself out enough. Being just police reports, and she'll be trying to read them to me, and it's nice as I can. I'm like, if it doesn't have to deal with me, you, and these children and our family, like, that extra stuff is nonsense. It's only bringing in someone else's problem to us, and then we try to relate to them, or we don't relate to them, or you think that that's wrong and I think it's right, and then we're bickering over something we have no control of.
See, I try
bring outside shit in.
Like, it's like, we get in the topic about it, obviously, because it is a big topic, and that's just what the fuck people talk about now. But, like, to be honest, dude, when I'm sitting at home and shit, I don't really give a fuck about the outside world.
I don't think about it.
Because I'm in my small little space where everything's still the way I like it.
Your comfort. Yeah.
I mean, nothing's changed around here, dude. It's still the same shit. Some shit's changed, I guess, with, like, school rules and shit like that. But, like,
well, they're just they're adjusting to the world we live in.
I don't know, man. Shit just fucking blows my mind now, dude. Like, it blows my... Like, even whenever I was working at Verizon and shit, and, like, random people would come in, dude. You're coming in to buy a phone off me, and you will not leave without talking to me about politics. That's how bad it is, dude. Everybody has to let it be known what the fuck they believe. If you just started if you took 100 random fucking people, pulled 2 people from every state at completely random, and put them all in the same room together, and told them to just share stories and life events and shit like that, and they never brought up politics once, or they weren't allowed to talk about it, I bet everybody in there would fucking get along really, really well. And then if you had them announce their politics at the end, they would fucking hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
It should not be like that, dude.
It's not explaining your beliefs, it's pushing your beliefs.
You get some shit.
Even just with explaining it like this back and forth with just talking, eventually you notice I get frustrated with you not understanding how simple what I believe is, and then vice versa. Eventually,
and then you get mad about how complex I believe things should be.
Yeah, and I
don't know, man. It just fucking blows my mind, man. Everybody, that's all they want to talk about ever. It's fun to talk about.
Well, I think people talk about politics because they're trying to understand more and let people know, like, hey, that's not... Because they don't like the world they live in. Everyone's trying to get everyone else to work with them, but all in the wrong way, instead of coming together and actually figuring out a good system that we already fridged up.
Well, I think there is a lot of people, like me and Cullen, we could find a million middle grounds, but we're not politicians.
Yeah. True.
We're not, like, super well educated on shit. But he knows what he knows, and I know what I know, and we talk about it, and we're like, well, this could work. But nobody gives a fuck what we think. Like, It's when you get to the extremes where it gets bad, man. There's people that are like, if you don't believe exactly what I believe, then fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they physically get frustrated, and that's where your beliefs only become stronger because he offended you by him.
Some shit should be believed to like the same across all people. Like, I wouldn't be friends with somebody that thought murder wasn't a fucking bad doing.
Yeah.
If I ever met somebody and I was like, man, murder's fucked up, and they were like, nah, I'm alright with it. Right. It's not somebody I want to be friends with. But if I'm like Cullen, when he's like, we should have open borders, and I'm like, nah, I don't think we should, I can be friends with somebody like that. But if you're like...
Yeah. At the end of the day, everyone needs to realize, well, it's going to happen regardless. As big a crowd as you get, as much as you mess up, you're just slowing down time from the inevitable.
Yeah, you're just buying time.
Someone's already determined what's happening. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Like,
that's my thing. Like with the COVID thing, everybody is against the vaccine or with the vaccine and shit like that. I think what we should all be super fucking upset about is the fact that, like, why are you even fucking changing a disease to make it communicable to humans? It wasn't before. And then, like, everybody in the very beginning, whenever everybody was like, this shit was made in a lab, everybody on the other side was like, no, you're crazy for thinking that and shit. Now it's a proven fact that it was created in a lab. Like, how are you not more upset about the fact that we financially supported and helped create it?
Well, that's what I mean. Why are they even closed doors? We don't know where our money's going. Yeah. PA, my wife was explaining this to me. She was explaining how much money that PA has not sent out. They're just sitting on so much money. Like, you can look it up. And because she was looking, seeing if there was a forced stimulus check coming or something. She heard something. She was looking online, and states are giving out their own checks. Well,
I think that's a bad idea.
And she's like, what the heck? Like, all this. It's a lot of money. I don't remember what it is, but it's more than I would be able to spend. But yeah, dude,
like, the fucking shit that the government even spends money on, dude. Like, they fund millions and millions of dollars hold on, listen to this shit. Before we go off, they have dumped millions. You can look this shit up. They've dumped millions and millions of dollars into, like, fucking studying bees and how they're able to fly because of the size of their wings and shit like that. Why the fuck do you care that much?
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Are we interacting?
I was just getting
again?
it before we.
All right, Dick.
Before you cut me off. Before I said what I was going to.
Yeah, they actually one of the last. I forget which one they signed, but it was giving trillions of dollars to, like, this coral reef project for, like, studying the habitat of fish and stuff. What? Leave it alone and let it grow. Like, get out of there. Don't mess with it.
I don't fucking get it at all. You know, you talking about studying, like, fish and shit. Do you think it's fucked up that we have zoos?
Zoos?
Zoos.
No.
I think it's fucked up that we have zoos. I believe
some animals shouldn't be kept in captivity because it's just not justifiable. How do you take a whale and put it in a little tank when it has the most water in the world?
So, like, what animals are you okay with being in a zoo?
I don't know. This goes back to the same question. You have a dog in your house. Feel kind of like a zoo?
My dog? Or my house, you mean? Does it feel like a zoo? Yeah. Well, dogs are dependent on people, though. Dogs, like, if you look at cats, like, cats do their own fucking thing. Dogs are dependent. Cats are like fucking, they do their own shit.
Yeah, a lot of animals, though, that they put in zoos are ones that they have less of a chance of being able to survive out in the wild. After a broken leg, they become adaptive being around humans. They wouldn't leave. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of animals. Like, you ain't tell me you caught a whale that wouldn't leave you alone. Like, this whale, you went out and found.
I just think zoos are fucked up. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed the entertainment of zoos. I love going and seeing the animals, and I'll take my daughter to go and see them, but I think it's fucked up that we have zoos.
I'm okay.
I do, like tigers and lions and shit. They're not even in the U.S., and you want to bring them here and then lock them up and never let them fucking see what they would have seen in their natural life. I think that's fucked up.
Society, man. We like stuff. We want to see it all the time.
Would you think differently of zoos if they had one ethnicity of every human in a cage that you could watch?
believe that falls under the
I'm
same
just asking.
category. No, I don't want to see a bunch of people in cages,
we're
man.
Mammals.
What the hell?
I get that. Like, we're probably, obviously, we're the only.
You're one of them guys that like death, huh? You like killing.
No, but like, dude, it's fucked up. I mean, I get that animals aren't like as fucking. They're not like we are in the sense that like they can communicate with us. Well, they can, but not like we can.
Yeah.
So like, I'm okay with hunting and shit. Like, I do my own shit, and I even feel bad for shooting deer and shit. But I don't know, man. I just think that like, at least when I shoot a deer, I'm harvesting it for like the sake of my family and to put food on the table. When you lock an animal up in a zoo, you're just putting it in a smaller space than it belongs.
I don't know, Brock.
To me, it's fucked up.
Dude, I couldn't even tell you last. Wow, I've been to a zoo.
Well, we're going to the zoo tomorrow. I just still think it's fucked up.
I think that's kind of two-faced. That's weird.
It is, man. I feel like I'm like contradicting myself because obviously I eat meat and shit. And
oh yeah, you weren't. That's not what you said.
Like
you were saying about captivity. That's why I said like some animals just justifiably are. It's not practical. Why? Why are we making like dolphins and shit do tricks for us? And then we're at home kicking our dogs outside to piss because we don't want them inside. Like when we're like,
what's the difference between a dolphin and like one of the animals that you're okay with being in a zoo?
Dolphins, I think it's where they come from. If there's a line that can't be released, I understand putting it in captivity and giving it a better chance of life. But if you take a dolphin and take it out of this huge body of water and stick it into something that it confuses it, gives it limits, like you're mentally stressing that animal out once you take away its habitat because it's definitely not the same. But if you take a lion and give him as much natural habitat from where he was in his own domain with a lion and tiger and...
But he wouldn't have as much, though, is the thing.
Well,
you gotta think about how big the fucking jungle is.
Yeah, the jungle's big, but I also said the extent of if it was able to be released.
That's what I was going to ask you. Why wouldn't it be able to be released?
Yeah, if it was shot and it was in surgery for 9 hours and then it took 6 months to recover, it's not going to make it back in the wild getting its food every day at a certain time. Like it came accustomed to this one procedure every day, same routine. Like it's in the cage, man. That's what it knows now. Like you changed it. That's the same as getting your dog to understand it has to go in the cage when you leave.
So you think if they save the animal, they should be able to like...
Show it off. Hell yeah, I want to see it. Where else would they put it? Give it as much natural habitat as you possibly can and let me pet it.
Why not just help it out and then let it back into the jungle?
It gonna die, bro.
Why?
You can't say... like
you don't lose instincts.
Hmm?
You've had surgery for your appendix and shit. Did you forget how to fight whenever you fucking...
It helped me learn how to walk. Mess with my legs. They were working with me. They wouldn't let me walk down the halls alone. Everyone's different. They even do the procedure different on everybody.
How'd they do yours?
In a diagonal,
okay.
Down by the hip, belly button, and up across. Like they go in differently with everyone.
I don't know, man. I think if you're gonna help an animal, you should just help it and then let it go.
So what do you think you're doing with your dog? Are you helping it?
What do you mean?
Dogs are all
Most
sense
dogs
of wolves, so
aren't wild dogs though.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I could let Diesel. If I fucking took him out to the woods and let him go, he'd find his way back to my house and be like,
not that dog, dude. I've seen that dog. That dog ain't got no chance getting home.
He don't run away.
Yeah, he don't run at all, dude. He's a tank. He ain't going nowhere. He's going to lay down and wait for you.
Yeah, exactly. So he's better off with me. I don't think those animals are better off in a zoo.
Yeah, well, that's why I said there's certain things. Like Dolphin Tail. That was based on a true movie. The tail of a dolphin was tangled in a net, and they had to take it off, and then they put that prosthetic tail on, and it actually worked. But you can't release an animal like that.
Why?
That tail is not going to last forever. It needs maintenance. It's a mechanical thing that a human built.
Put a tracker on it.
Everything, and then go hunting dolphins. What if it dies before you get to it and it's at the bottom of the ocean because its swimming ability is shot?
If these animals get fucked up, you just let nature run its course and then leave them to be where they are.
We do that with humans too. We also pump medicine and stuff in them.
We don't let nature anywhere or afterwards.
We put them in jail.
I don't think there should be jails.
I think they're
I think they're okay. Wait, I think they're.
We can't have zoos, but
zoos and jails are kind of the same thing. But I think
tree hugger.
I think we should have jails for people that do like petty crimes. But like murderers and rapists and shit, I'm fine with like roadside execution. I don't think I should have to pay for them. I don't give a fuck about their life.
You say that. Would you feel the same if your daughter was sitting behind bars? Would you be able to justify that? A murder. Pop her.
It depends. What did she kill for? Just because she got mad, had an anger issue, and fucking killed somebody?
I don't know.
What are the other ones in there for? If that's the punishment for it, she should have knew better. I wouldn't put. Why the fuck would I? Like, I wouldn't disown my daughter if she went to prison for murder, but I wouldn't think she was a good person.
No, you don't have to think they're a good person. You don't feel obligated to help her no matter what.
I don't feel like her life is worth more than anybody else's in the general sense. To me, it's worth more than everybody else's.
No, I see what you mean.
But like, if that's the fucking punishment,
like she's the same as him.
Yeah. If that's the fucking punishment, then that's the punishment you're gonna get. And I'm sorry, but that's the law, and you knew it, and then you fucking did what you did.
Them dolphins should have stayed out of the net.
Like what? Okay, let's say death was the punishment for murder, and your son, for no reason except the fact that he wanted to, murdered somebody.
And he came and told me about it?
No, you found out whenever he got arrested for it. So he's already sitting in there. You know he's gonna get fucking domed. You would have a problem with that?
I would be devastated.
Right, but would you have a problem with the punishment, is what I'm saying.
In
a general sense, not in the fact that you obviously you're going to be fucking sad as shit to see your kid get put to death. But in a general sense, would you be upset with the penalty? Like if if a murderer murdered your son and you were like, fuck yeah, death's the penalty, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I don't think I have a good answer for that. I don't.
I think rapists
I can think
and
of
murderers
it and be like,
yo,
give me my son. We running, dude. Let's get out here.
I mean, whether you're family to me or not, obviously I'd be super sad if that ever happened. But like, in the general sense, you knew the fucking punishment when you did it.
Yeah.
So, I'll love you until the day they put you out, and I forgive you for what you did. But you knew the fucking punishment whenever you did what you did. So, and I would not be like, no, we need to get rid of this death punishment. And I wouldn't start a protest or nothing for it. I would just be really sad for my daughter because she made a mistake. But she knew the punishment for that mistake, man. And think about how much more money we'd have. Fuck those people. Those people are not productive. You want me to get your
1-year-old locked up, bro? I'll blame it on
a gun and point it at someone.
Yeah, I probably shoot her mom.
I would. The only thing that you'd have a problem with is the people that have been wrongfully convicted, and they find out like 25 years later.
Yeah, well, that's happening now. That happens all the time.
No, I mean like if you just fucking executed them like upon the verdict, you fucking popped them in the fucking head. Like then you'd have a problem 25 years later if they reopen the case and fucking forensics proves that like they didn't do it. Which is super...
I don't think they would.
I think it would have been more dangerous back in the day, but now there's so much technology that usually they get it right on the first time. Usually.
That we know
You'd still have casualties.
I heard... I forget what comedian it was. He was saying about like casualties and stuff, but bullets.
Like casualties of war? Or?
No, just like with guns and stuff, how you're talking about casualties. It made me think of drive-bys. And he said, every bullet is $50,000.
Oh,
you will know if you want to kill someone.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about, too. It was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, I know motherfuckers that shoot somebody and then go pull a bullet back out of them.
I'm going to need that. That's mine. I signed for that.
What about people like us that just want to go target shooting for fun, though?
We're screwed.
$50,000 for a bullet, fuck.
Yeah. No, I think there'd be some type of...
Maybe that's the cure for fucking getting all the guns away. You make ammo really, really expensive.
They already did. That shit is expensive.
It's not unbuyably expensive.
No, it's not $50,000 a shell, but it's to where I'm upset when I buy a box.
Yeah, I remember him saying, like, if bullets cost that much, like, if you shoot somebody, they probably deserved it.
Yeah, you're going to think...
Oh, that's what he said. He said if you accidentally hit an
bank.
innocent bystander, you're going and taking your bullet back out of him.
Yeah. Like, that's mine. Get out of the way. Yeah, but you would definitely think if you were going to shoot someone, it was $10,000 a bullet. You're like, oh, man, is he worth it?
If if there was a perfect way to remove all guns from citizens and nobody would be left to have one, not even bad people and shit, would you be okay with it?
If no one had a gun?
Yeah, if they actually found a way to take a gun out of every civilian's hands and no civilian had the gun.
No, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Why?
You think that's peace? Someone's just going to grab a bow. Someone's going to make their own gun. It started back in the day when everyone used knives and swords to fight. And what the caveman used,
I wouldn't be
rocks.
okay with it either because I enjoy guns.
No, I don't. I'm sure people would side with the...
But if they told me, like, you don't have a choice and you have to give up your gun, there would be a lot less of a fight from me if I knew for an absolute fact that
all
nobody else was going to have one either.
Yeah, but see, that's hard because there is vulnerable people. That just gives everyone the same level playing field. You know, Grandma's home. They took her gun. 6 foot tall John's going to bust into Grandma's and take shit. Because what's she going to do?
Doesn't need a gun.
See what I mean? There's times that guns come into play and there's times there's not. Like, maybe Grandma shouldn't have a gun because Johnny comes in and she pops one in his kneecap.
I'm all for guns, but I was just curious. Kind of picking your brain a little bit. It's like if there was a way to really take all of them away.
I don't think there would be.
I would give them up a lot easier than I would now.
It.
If somebody came to my house now and tried to take my guns and they said, well, some people are still going to have them because we can't find them. There'd be a big fight for me.
Well, you didn't find mine either.
But, like, if they came to me and they said, we absolutely guarantee that nobody else will have one either.
I don't think they could.
They couldn't. But I'm saying in the perfect world, if they could, I would have a lot less of an issue giving it to them. I want my fucking money back, but other than that.
Yeah, compensation would be cool.
Yeah. How many what?
Guns do you think they actually have? Like... set back from like all the guns they've ever taken. What is the toll on that? Like how many is there? Like how many guns are in this?
Guns from people yet?
No, not like that from criminals and stuff. Like how many guns do they have already?
A lot.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know somebody's gun was involved in a fucking shooting, and it took them. Oh no, it was Corbin. His gun was stolen, and I think they found it. And even just for that, like there was no shooting or like any crime committed with it. It was just stolen. They found it, and it took him like almost a year to get it back from evidence.
Oh, I believe it, dude. I'm sure there's cases that people still ain't got their stuff back. Like I'm sure that takes a long time. How many guns are in line before that fingerprint?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. The world today is a different fucking animal.
That's for sure. That just goes back to like. Coming back home to your town and it's not how you left it. It's weird.
It's fucking nuts. How many guns do you have?
I own probably 4. I don't know. Maybe 6. I don't know. My son has some guns too.
I'll have 4 of my own once I order my AR.
Now think of that. Me and you, we both hunt. We're not strong outdoorsmen, but a lot of women nowadays hunt. A lot more people get out there. They made it handicap accessible to go to land and hunt and stuff. Like, give everyone in the world one gun. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
I'm just thinking about going to the hood and seeing these motherfuckers all come out with 30-06s.
308s, freaking 410s, just popping stuff.
If you had to pick one gun, like if you were only allowed to have one gun in your home, what kind of gun would you pick?
That's tricky because
you need one for self-protection.
You want to be quick on the draw, but you don't want to be loading up your freaking bazooka either.
I think an AR is the most versatile weapon. You can still hunt with it, defend yourself with it, quick action with it. I think that'd be the most reliable, but that's the most hated right now. So
I see your argument. I don't know, man. If I'm only allowed one gun, what time age is this? Like, are we back in a Stone Age?
Shotgun.
A shotgun? You can get a shot. I would probably take a shotgun. You can get slugs for a shotgun and take it hunting. You can put a scope on a shotgun. You can use it for protection.
Dude, right, shotguns have came a long way. And then the person robbing you, or a group of people robbing you, picked an AR. Now you only got like 6 rounds in that shotgun.
Yeah, but I feel I already have a better chance.
I mean, you could pepper the fuck out of a couple of them at a time.
Dude, if they're in a group behind the door and I shoot twice, boom, boom, that's it. So they're getting hit, dude. It's
somebody's getting fucked up.
Yeah. And
would
then
you pepper them or would you load it with slugs?
Oh, they're getting peppered, dude. Wide choke, wide open. Like BBs are bouncing off walls, 90-degree angles coming out of the front of this gun, dude. Like I'm gonna light them all up. I want them to know they came to my house. Be like, oh, that was rough. That was dumb.
It's a bad idea, guys. Let's not go back there.
Yeah, you can get shotguns, dude. I don't know how many shells they hold. What holds the most, but you can put some rounds in a shotgun.
I watched a dude. He did like a whole fucking
magazine.
He had like a plethora of fucking shotguns. And he was going through and to pick out his 3 favorites. And one of them was like a military-style spaz shotgun, dude. And that motherfucker was semi-automatic, and it would rack off. You could get off like 10 shots in fucking under 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was accurate, too. He was using slugs and shooting like 100 yards across the
lane.
Yeah,
that's what I mean, dude. That's what I'm saying. Shotgun all the way. You can hurt some people with a shotgun.
ARs look cooler.
That's all right. I'll saw the front of my shotgun off.
Yeah. It's not going to be accurate at that distance.
Yeah, well, we go hunting with bow and arrows. All he's got to do is get close.
You take a snub-nosed shotgun with a slug and a bow and arrow, that bow and arrow is way more accurate at 100 yards.
But we're not shooting at 100 yards. I'm just using how close deer come in, and we hunt them with archery. They're right on top of you, and you got to be dead quiet. I shoot them 30 yards away with a slug, man.
Oh, shit. What are you doing if somebody comes to your house tomorrow and says, I'm taking your guns from you? You putting one in them?
I tell you this. If they show up and they look professional, I ain't answering. If they look like they're up to do
that's probation.
I ain't in no trouble and I ain't answering. I don't want none. Be gone. They say, you got any guns on the premises? I can honestly tell them, no, I have none. And then I'll go get them and put them there. I don't know. Someone shows up tomorrow, says, give me your guns.
Tomorrow says we're confiscating all the guns.
I probably would say I don't have any. None of them are there.
I'll tell you a little secret after we get done with this episode about what you can do to avoid that.
Shoot?
Huh?
Shoot first, ask questions later?
No, how you can avoid them even knowing that you own the gun in the first place.
Yeah. Don't register it.
Yeah, but like whenever you buy a pistol at the gun store, you have to register it. It gets registered to you immediately.
Yeah.
It's a self-defense weapon. I'm talking like an AR. Hunting rifles, you don't really have that problem because most of the time when somebody sells you a hunting rifle, you don't do the paperwork for it because it's just a rifle.
You will if you go to Walmart or any place like that.
Yeah, but I mean if you buy it like off a person, like you're not.
Oh yeah, you can go down the streets.
Hunting rifles, you're not legally required to re-register. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've looked a lot into the gun argument just out of curiosity. There's some fucked up shit. But like a lot of the thing, dude, they blame the guns for everything. Like whatever happened to just fucking people being crazy?
People still are crazy, but everyone's
but they don't
crazy
say
now.
it.
So
Instead
you
of
can't
saying the
say
person's
someone's
crazy
because then you're judging them. And
instead
you're
of saying
mean.
the person's crazy, they blame the gun.
Well, I have 4 guns and they're not at home, and they ain't running around shooting people.
You keep saying they're not at home. Are you just trying to get your house avoided if they come to take them, or what?
The point is, I don't have my guns to shoot them, so they're not shooting themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I watched this one dude that was super anti-gun, got up on stage and was calling whatever gun he was holding a ghost gun.
Oh yeah, that was on national news, man. That guy.
30 caliber clip that could dispose of.
It was a lot.
30 bullets within a half a second.
Yeah, it was an extensive.
If the U.S. had a gun that could shoot 30 rounds in a half a second, we wouldn't have fucking enemies.
No, that's crazy. How would you even do it? The only way you can do that is shoot a shotgun with all them BBs, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Shotgun right
It wasn't.
back to
It was like a little Uzi or something. But he said 30 rounds within half a second.
Yeah,
and everybody
I remember
was
that
just
guy
like,
talking.
what? Yeah, if we had a gun like that, dude, we definitely wouldn't have any war. Nobody's fucking with a country that has a fucking thousands of people with guns that can shoot 30 rounds in half a second accurately.
Yeah.
No fucking way, dude.
I don't know. And jump off topic here a little bit about crazy ass inventions. I was just thinking, Elon Musk. I just came across a thing.
I fucking love that guy.
He is literally inventing his own cell service in the sky. So
in the sky.
Cell towers, you know what I mean? But he's sending satellites up to make this huge grid around the Earth. So there is service everywhere, only for his Tesla phone.
Yeah,
how genius is that?
He's making Wi-Fi now too.
Yeah, it's
supposed
free.
To be around here like toward the end of this year.
Yeah, it'll be free.
No, it's not free.
The Wi-Fi is if you have the Tesla phone.
Kit. Oh.
Yeah. How crazy is that?
I'd buy it. I trust anything that dude makes. I love that fucking guy. Dude, it has to be sad to be that smart though. Like he's a very emotional guy.
I think
like,
it would be fun.
You'll hear him talk sometimes about like just that his brain runs too much, and like how depressing it can get.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. When you have that many eggs rolling around,
when you know the secret to the universe and nobody will let you fucking build it, it has to suck.
Yeah, Biden's not a fan of him.
Not a lot of that side is.
I dig the dude.
I think Biden is a fan of electric cars. He just kind of gets confused sometimes. Like when he told me if I bought an electric car, I could make it all the way across the country on a single tank of gas.
That's crazy, dude. Where do you put that? Behind the battery?
If you buy an electric car, you can make it all the way across the U.S. on one tank of gas. That's crazy.
That's our president.
Crazy.
If you were walking around town saying that, Brock, a cop would arrest you and put you in the hold tank for a night thinking you were wasted.
I don't know that he would arrest me. He might like try to get me for false advertising. He'd be like, "You're just selling a normal fucking car."
That's a car, man. You're lying.
You can't tell people it's electric and then tell them they got to put gas in it.
It's funny.
It's funny, but it's sad.
Back to how the world is just so screwed up. Nothing justifies anything anymore. You do one thing, you hurt 30 other people. You do one thing right for them, you affect 90 people.
I think everybody's just stuck in their ways now, man.
I think everyone needs to divide it up.
I think
everyone given their own piece of land.
Yeah.
If 3 acres can match and give everyone their own 3 acres, that's it. Stay there. Don't come over here.
I don't know that there's enough.
Give some people the
ocean. I don't know if there's enough space in the U.S. to give everybody.
I don't know. Some people will have to share, dude. Whatever.
There might be, actually.
I don't know how much there is.
Look
I
up
know
how many acres of land are in the U.S. There's like 340 million people population. See how many acres of land there are in the U.S.
There is actually 36 billion acres.
36 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So do 36 billion divided by 340 million.
Yeah, just give me a sec, bud. My phone's not going to let me use that many zeros.
Yeah, it will. Oh, duh.
Give it all you got, bud.
Where's your calculator here? There it is.
Yeah.
What did you say, 36 billion?
Yeah. That doesn't seem as much as I thought it would, but an acre is quite a bit of land.
It only lets you go up to 36.
Told you.
360 million. Hold on. Let me do this.
Why don't you just ask Google?
See if this fixes it. Ah, there we go. 36 billion divided by 340 million. Whoops. So you give everybody, 105 acres.
I'm cool. That's the whole
That's nuts.
What about the United States? You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get a part in Mexico. I was trying to stay
Isn't that
here.
what you searched?
Hell no, dude.
What did you search?
In the world, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, fuck. There's only 2.4 billion acres in the U.S. So 2.
What's the population, though? Hook some people up with land.
2.4 billion divided by 340 million. You give everybody 7 acres.
I was close. I said 3.
Yeah.
7 acres, that would be enough land to complete some stuff. But then I guess you're taking away from the farmers and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Just buy your own damn land, guys. Ain't nobody getting shit for free from us.
Dude, even if you gave everybody their own 7 acres, people would fucking sell it immediately to somebody else that wanted it because they want the money.
Yeah, and then they'd
Doesn't
just go
matter
rent
if
a
you
place and be like...
And then it would turn into the same thing it is today. Everybody that's wealthy is going to have more land than everybody else.
Well, I believe at this day and age, I would get a fair chance then. Because I would just start buying land and reselling. And then here we are. Real estate.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't. That's you were saying earlier today about if you were rich, you would move. I don't know, man. The way that we're speaking of how the world is and stuff, where are you going to find happiness?
I would move to a place that's similar to here, but
Less.
with better weather. That's all I want.
So you would just move more down south.
Yeah.
There's nothing crazy. Like, where? Katanning? Like, what are you thinking?
Fuck it. I don't know where I'd go. I heard Idaho's pretty fucking nice.
I'm not sure.
Me either, but I heard it's pretty nice.
Hey, give her a whirl. I'm sure if you're out there and you're from... Let us know where you are from so we can get some views. If you guys have some small little towns that you guys ride in or you've watched your childhood, like, literally disappear from your eyes, let us know. Definitely want to relate with you guys and understand what kind of stuff you've seen go. We'll try to keep up with your posts, but it'll be neat to see, like, if everyone's got their own little ride in town and stuff, like if they've lost it.
They didn't lose it like we lost it.
I'm sure there's worse. Imagine being like 90 now. You don't even remember where you rode pedal bike.
Yeah.
It just seemed like a flash. Getting old would be cool, though. Being old.
Would be?
Not getting old, because you got to deal with all the repercussions of getting there. But being old, dude, world is, you come out a baby, you're taken care of by your parents. You go out of this world being taken care of by your children. Like, it's just a recycling door, dude. Like, we help them. Like, my mom helped me in, I'll help her out. My kids will help me out, their kids will help them out. Like, it's crazy how it all starts and then where it ends up. Like, eventually my mom will get old and senile and be like a little baby, and I got wipe her ass.
I saw a post a while ago that was like, this dude tweeted about it, and he just said that, like, so imagine, like, the first people on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
They chilled, hunted, or grew their fucking food or whatever, and they just hung out. Walked wherever they wanted to go, built a boat or whatever. And he was like, y'all really chose, like, instead of sitting around eating fucking pineapples and drinking fucking coconuts all day, y'all really chose to build all this and fucking work 40 hours a week. Dude, imagine how crazy it would be if nobody ever built anything crazy, like a building or anything, and no cars were invented. Imagine if everybody just was born where they were born, and you just fucking lived off the fucking land and got to explore all these beautiful fucking places where there's not roads splitting down the middle of it and shit. I appreciate the world for what it is because there's a lot of shit that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. But if I was born into the world and none of this existed, I wouldn't be fucking sad that it didn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, imagine how fucking crazy everything would be if people were just born where they were born and fucking walked and did whatever they wanted.
I think eventually it'd just turn into a new century. It would just evolve. I don't believe that people could just stay like that.
No, obviously. I mean, I think history would repeat itself, even if you fucking took if you hit a reset button right now and we all just went back to the fucking day when there was no buildings or anything, I think people would still build them.
Yeah, everyone, if you erased mines and started fresh and there was no buildings and everyone's running around naked, but you knew your family and stuff. Yeah. Like, it would be weird, dude. It'd be like, what is that? There'd be stiff.
I just imagine, I would love to see what Earth looked like before anything was
nudity?
Built, man. Huh? No, I don't want to see what nudity looks like.
Okay.
I've never had sex.
I'm proud of you, man. That's a good accomplishment.
But no, man, I would just be curious to look at Earth without anything on it.
Go stand in the middle of the woods.
I guess that's what it would all look like.
Yeah, dude. Or in a field, whatever you prefer. You could stand at the base of a hill if you wanted to.
It would just be wild, dude.
It would. I don't know. Well, I'm sure dawn of the day, man, whenever that comes, that'll be different.
Just imagine never working.
Oh, shit. Every day I dream of that.
You'd still do shit, obviously.
Yeah, you would do stuff for
things
yourself.
Things that are necessary, yeah.
Your house shingles, you'd be like, man, I need to fix that, but I ain't got time. And you'd be like, well, fuck it. I got time. I don't do anything. I have 7 acres for free.
Yeah.